thing that comes up all the time in science and engineering, finding the area under a curve. Now, if you're using MATLAB, you've got two main tools for the job, trapz and integral. They might seem similar, but they're for totally different situations. By the end of this, you're going to know exactly which one to use and why. Let's dive in. So imagine you're looking at a shape like this one. I mean, it's not a square, it's not a circle. There's no simple geometry formula that's going to help you out here. And this isn't just a textbook problem, right? This could be the total distance a car has traveled based on its speed, or the amount of energy a solar panel generated all day. So how in the world do you solve it? Because the truth is, most of the time, you can't just plug numbers into a neat little formula. Whether you're dealing with messy data from an experiment or a really complicated equation, you need something more powerful. And that something is a concept called numerical integration. Now, the big idea that solves this whole mess is actually, well, it's beautifully simple. We're going to use what I like to call the trapezoid trick to turn this seemingly impossible problem into something we can totally handle. It's a 4-step process. So, step 1, we take that big, weird area and we just slice it up into a bunch of skinny vertical strips. Think of it like slicing a loaf of bread. We're just breaking a big, complex problem down into smaller, bite-sized pieces. And, the more slices you make, the better your final answer is going to be. Okay, step 2. For every one of those little strips, we're going to cheat a little bit. We're just going to ignore that curvy top and connect the 2 top corners with a perfectly straight line. And just by doing that, we've magically turned each of those weird, complicated slices into a much, much friendlier shape. And what is that friendly shape? It's a trapezoid. And hey, we know how to find the area of a trapezoid, right? There's a formula for that. So step 3 is just to go through and calculate the area for every single one of those new simplified shapes we just made. And the last step, this is the easy part. You just add them all up. You take the areas of all those little trapezoids and sum them together. And yeah, each individual trapezoid is a tiny little approximation, but when you add hundreds or thousands of them together, that sum gets you incredibly close to the real area under that original curve. And that whole process we just walked through, that's it. That is numerical integration. It's really just the art of turning a complicated area problem into a simple addition problem by using a whole bunch of simple, easy-to-calculate shapes. So now, let's see how MATLAB does all this for us. Okay, our first tool from the MATLAB toolbox is actually named after that very trick we just learned. Everybody meet trapz. You should think of trapz as your go-to specialist for handling raw, measured data. This is what you're going to grab when you have a bunch of data points, not some perfect equation. The perfect way to think about this is like a surveyor's field notes. A surveyor goes out and they take specific measurements. At this spot, the elevation is this high. 10 feet over, it's this high. They've got a list of coordinates, hard data points, but they don't have some single, elegant mathematical formula that describes the entire landscape. So when do you actually use trapz? You use it when your data looks like this. You have a list of numbers for your x-axis, maybe that's time in seconds, and then you have another list of numbers for your y-axis. Maybe that's the speed of your car at each of those moments. The key thing here is you have the points, but you do not have the perfect equation that connects all of them. And the best part about trapz is just how simple it is to use. You literally just give it your list of x points and your list of y points. That's it. It takes those 2 vectors and does the whole trapezoid trick for you automatically. It's just that direct. But what if you do have the equation? What if you're not working with messy real-world data, but you're starting with a perfect mathematical formula? Well, for that, we need a different kind of tool. So let's meet our second tool, integral. So if trapz is for the surveyor's field notes, integral is for the mathematician's perfect blueprint. This is what you use when you know the exact continuous function that draws your curve. You've got the rule, you've got the formula itself. Now, to use integral, you have to package your formula in a special way for MATLAB. It's called a function handle. It sounds complicated, but it's really just how you hand over your equation to the integral function. For instance, if your function is x squared, your handle is just at x dot power 2. That little at symbol is like a signal to MATLAB that says, hey, here's the exact blueprint I want you to work with. And the syntax for this is also super straightforward. You give integral, your function handle, you tell it where to start on the x-axis, that's your lower bound, and you tell it where to stop, the upper bound. Now, under the hood, integral is way more sophisticated than trapz. It actually uses a really clever method that takes tiny little steps where the curve is changing fast and bigger, more efficient steps where it's kind of flat. It's incredibly accurate. Okay, so we've met our two champions. We've got trapz for the discrete data and integral for the continuous functions. Now it's time for the main event. Let's put them side by side to make the choice absolutely crystal clear.
This is the question it's all been leading up to, right? You're sitting there, you've got a problem, you need to find an area under a curve in MATLAB. Which function do you actually type into the command window?
This table really boils it all down. It comes down to one simple question. What kind of input do you have? If you're starting with discrete data points, vectors of x and y values, the surveyor's notes, you use trapz. If you're starting with a continuous mathematical formula, the mathematician's blueprint, you use integral. It's that simple. One is for measured reality, the other is for perfect theoretical models. So look, this isn't just about learning two new commands in MATLAB. This is about unlocking a whole new capability. This is like getting a new superpower. Let's talk about the kinds of problems you can go out and solve right now. You got a list of velocity readings over time? Bam! You can use trapz to find the total distance that was traveled. You have the exact equation for a force that changes over a distance? Awesome. You can use integral to calculate the total work done. This applies to, everything. Total fuel burned by an engine, total energy made by a solar panel, total rainfall in a storm. The list just goes on and on. And that's the real takeaway here. That's the big idea. Integration is the tool you pull out whenever you need to find a total amount from some kind of rate of change. It's how you get from speed to total distance, from power to total energy, from a flow rate to a total volume. You can now figure out the accumulation of almost anything you can measure. So we'll leave you with this. You now have the tools to take a series of moments or a perfect formula and find the total sum of what they represent. You can basically measure the unmeasurable. So the only question left is, what problem are you going to solve first?